Hello and welcome back to yet another Let's Play channel. I'm Vic, and as you may have guessed, today I'm playing Supermarket Simulator. Now, this is a game that has been going around. I watched Josh of Let's Game It Out do his usual thing and do his best to make it a nightmare. I watched Markiplier do his usual thing and say words oddly while making questionable decisions. And the Game Grumps have also done their usual thing, where Aaron makes poor decisions. Although, interestingly, perhaps for the first time, Dan is egging him on. So this may be the worst choice I've made so far for the channel. I really debated whether I was going to do this one at all, because I'm not sure it's going to make for very good TV. But it is an opportunity for me to play with a new capability in my editing software, which is voice-to-text subtitles. So if all goes well, this will be the first of my episodes that has subtitles. But we're only going to do that if they turn out decent. So I guess by the time you're watching this, you know. All right. So if you have looked at my heads-up display, you can see that I am not starting from zero. We've already watched folks play this game starting from zero and in their own way, so I didn't really see the point in that. Rather, this is the game that I've been playing on my own time and the result of the choices that I have made. So I've got myself a stalker, S-T-O-C-K, and I have myself a cashier, and I have a second register for when things are overloaded. I've got licenses for 36 products right now, and they are all on the shelves. And I also have a decent storage area. And I'm all ready to start the day. I do have plenty of cash, so I'm debating whether it's time to pick up the next license, but the license is going to be $7.50. It's going to require me to add a refrigerator and a new shelf. And then I'm going to have to actually stock the products, or otherwise my customers are going to be pissed off. So I'm thinking I'm not quite ready to make, or to commit all that much cash at once. So let's go ahead and just do a day instead. So one of the things that I have noticed is that although customers complain when they can't find something, they don't look for something unless you have the license for it. So if you don't want them to be unhappy with you, don't buy the license until you're ready to run it. So usually what I do is I'm just playing this like as a chill game while I'm watching some kind of video in the background. And I'll just hang out in the corner here and let my other cashier do his thing. If people ever start showing up, here we go. They will eventually fill up the line at automatic cashier, and then folks will stand around and complain that the line is full. But there's no penalty associated with that at the moment. So you can't actually just let him do his thing, and they will queue up late into the night, well after 9 p.m. has passed. And you can just passively make all your money while you, I don't know, trim your toenails and watch TV. Or whatever. Meanwhile, Stockerman will do his thing in the background. He's pretty good for during the day, but I have some complaints about him. Cashier guy, he's fine. I mean, he's certainly slower than you can be manually, but like, who cares? You hire him to do it so that you don't have to do it yourself. Although, on the other hand, I'm just standing here in the corner and talking, so, like, is it really worth it? I guess that's for you to decide. I could be restocking, but I actually don't like trying to restock while Stockerman is also doing his thing. It gets a little too confusing. And Stockerman, I'm pretty sure the way he interacts with the shelves is different than the way I do as a player character. And that makes it really, really annoying. So let's go have a look in the storeroom since things are going fine in here. I frequently have more than one box in waiting of stuff. And if I interact with a box, I take the one from the back. And if you look at the count, you can guess that the one I've picked up is full, and the one that I didn't pick up is not full. But I'm pretty sure Stockerman picks up from the front instead. And so if we're both doing it, then we wind up with a situation where I have 2 boxes at the end of the night, but they each only have like 1 item in them. And then I have to work out how to consolidate them. And that presents another problem, because if I put an item on a shelf, then Stockerman is going to try and restock that shelf immediately. So it's a frustrating little race to try and make things happen. And now I actually have to do my business. These guys that give me $100 bills for small purchases are, in my opinion, the worst. I actually tried to start shortchanging people when they did that, because there is actually a stat at the end of the day that'll tell you how many people you shortchanged, but as near as I can tell, it's not actually possible to shortchange someone. Which is, I mean, like, why give me the stat if it's not possible? And there was a time early in the game when it would be really nice to, just like whenever somebody hands you a $100 bill, you short them $50. You could grow a lot faster in the early game if you could do that. These days, it's not such a big deal. I'm going to turn over probably $1,500 today with a profit of around $700. So I'm doing okay. And obviously, I haven't gone to any great lengths to pretty up the store. I kind of like these dark colored shelves, but I haven't bothered to get rid of the shelves that you start with. And I'm not thinking too hard about layout either. Because, frankly, the store is in a continuous state of transition, and I already spend a bunch of time wrestling with inventory at the end of the day. So I really don't see the value of spending a bunch of time thinking too hard about the layout of the store. Just let it be. People don't have any trouble finding products if they're actually on the shelves. You can probably tell I made some effort to organize some products. Like, these kind of make sense. They make sense to me anyway. These less so, and by this point I was just like, fuck it. My primary duty these days is turning on the lights when it starts to get dark. That's the main thing I gotta do, but I should run the register again for a while, because that other line is filling up. I feel certain that at some point in a future update there will be a penalty for letting the lines be full. So it's probably good to not get too lazy about this stuff. Are you kidding me? And you're going to pay with credit, so I have to pay the merchant fee, which doesn't actually exist, but lame. Ooh, this is a nice one. All right. That actually wasn't as big a total as I expected. Just go. Just go. Who cares about whether things get clicked on when it's next door to other things that are like them? So my pricing strategy is fairly laid back. I look at the market price and I round down to the next quarter. So I'm always under market, and sometimes I'm up to 24 cents under market. And it means that I don't have to type a whole bunch of complicated numbers, which I like. But it also means that my prices aren't costing me too much. Now, I've not really experimented with to what extent I can run stuff over market. I don't really know if the game is sophisticated enough to, like, scale your customers depending on whether your prices are good or not. I assume that's kind of wrapped up in your store level, but There you go. There's a fair bit about that I haven't thought too hard about yet. Because frankly, I haven't needed to. Like, as long as you're not taking out loans, which is, I think, generally a bad idea in the game, is not that hard to stay afloat. 12. Now, I pay these guys a total of $170 a day. I've got a rent of like $35 every couple of days. And then I pay my utilities, which are less than that, like maybe $15 every couple of days. So I'm making a big profit, despite not having a bunch of aggressive pricing. All right, now at this point, well, I got one more shopper in the store. What I like to do is let Stockerman catch up on the restocking, so that in the morning I just have to worry about buying new stuff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a little fast forward to when Stockerman is done. Okay, I do believe Stockerman is done, and I almost forgot that because I'm playing with subtitles now, I need to make sure to say words like Riz and Gyat and Skibbity. So, I'm glad I got that out of the way. Poor cashierman, it doesn't matter if I set the store to closed, he's stuck there. Before we wrap up the day, I wanted to talk a little bit about how Stockerman works, because it's definitely got some issues. So I have a few items here that didn't get fully restocked. Peanut butter and bread and both kinds of flour and chocolate and shampoo. Now I might be out of some of those things, but I'm probably not out of all of them. So let's see what we got. We definitely got chocolate. And now I have to deal with this silliness. And he's going to go and put that other chocolate away. Yeah, thanks, Stockerman. So I don't really know why he neglects some of those items, but he does. And he also makes it really difficult to reorganize shelves, which is why I have basically given up on reorganization. So, I mean, long story short, his algorithm is whenever you put an item on a shelf, whether it's a storage rack or a store shelf, it gets tagged. And if that item appears on the ground, or if it falls below some threshold on the shelf, then he will go and find it and refill the shelf and then put it in its storage rack. And if there's no room on a storage rack, he'll just stand around holding the box and not do his job anymore until he can unburden himself. Which is not great. It would be much better if he just dumped the box on the floor anywhere and went about his job, but he doesn't do that. And I did already talk about how I think he pulls from the front of the shelf instead of the back, which makes restocking more complicated. Anyway, I think we're ready to restart the day. And if you look at my cash total, I think I'm going to come out ahead of where I was expecting to be. Oh, so I turned over $14.19, which was actually less than I predicted. And it was a heavy supplies day. Wow, look at that. Okay. So despite that, I still came away with a tidy $361. Okay, so cheap cereal and sugar are both up today. And I really appreciate that it tells me what's changed. Wow. 7.75. And sugar was the other one. So that I don't have to recheck all of these prices every day. That would be obnoxious. So having got that out of the way, the next thing to do before we open for the day is to top off the shelves. I'm actually not going to bother. I noticed there's some more items that didn't get fully restocked, and I say, fuck them. They can stay that way. So my storage room is organized to mirror the ordering on the market page in order to make this as painless as possible, because it's already obnoxious. All right. See, here we go. So the Choc-A-Pic, I'm pretty sure stacks to 12. Yes. So somehow I wound up with 1 in this box and 10 in this box. And so what I would like to do is buy more, but there's no room for it on the storage rack, and so it'll jam up Stockerman. So I've got to consolidate them. And if I take this one and put it on a shelf, then what he's going to do is he's going to go grab this box and put the rest of them on the shelf, and I don't want that. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take 10 off of this one. And then he's going to go to refill it. And I can put this one up there. And queue one up to get ordered. And this is what I get to do for all of them. So bread, I think, what does bread stack to? Bread might stack to 12. That might be correct. Bread stacks to 12. All right, so I don't need to worry about those boxes. On to flour. Just straight up need more flour, okay? And I don't know why this is happening. This didn't used to happen. And again with the oil. Just really lazy work, Stockerman. Go on, go get it. Yeah, see, and he's not gonna, because it's only 1 short. But if I chuck this on the ground, actually fine, chuck it on the ground, he'll go grab it, so I can take this one and put it on the shelf, and then the box will be empty. And, I mean, I almost don't mind playing these silly games with Stockerman. They're a weird and sort of charming little distraction. Did I queue up a flour? I don't think I did. Yeah, I did. All right, so I need an oil. But they definitely take away from the efficiency, man. And we are really hurting on efficiency today, aren't we? Because if I don't do this, then I've got to have a way more complicated inventory system. It would be nice if there was a way to just consolidate boxes. And it would be nice if Stockerman would just pick up the box that isn't full before the box that is. I feel like coding-wise, I'm not asking too much here. All right, Stockerman, you take care of that. And I got this. Oh, I need to make sure to throw something, otherwise we can't call this a proper episode. All right, did I queue up pasta? I did not. So I need pasta and I need sugar, and I need water. And I think I need 2 cheese. Yeah, I do. All right. And those stack to 8, so that's fine, I guess. That's also fine. I'm not happy about that. What is this, milk? All right. Now go fix it. Good. Move it. Okay. Yeah. So this is definitely the part of the day where we feel most like we are wasting our time. What are you doing? What are you doing with that? So having talked through my complaint about the problem, I'm going to go ahead and do another fast forward, and we can resume when I've got my inventory sorted out for the day. Alright, so inventory is all sorted out, modulo a few stocking algorithm shortfalls, and I think today is the day. So I need another fridge, another shelf, and we're going to do a little bit of reorganizing too. License and 6 new products. Okay. We'll go with the black shelf. You know what? Let's go black fridge too, just to make sure that my furniture is maximally mismatched. A new license. And 6 new products. Oh, you know what else I need, though? Yeah, I also need a new storage rack. All right. Well, that's a pricey day for me, isn't it? Okay, I hope that new rack is going to fit right there. I have some doubts. Huh, but it is. Nice. Now, if I was doing this off camera, I would actually be reshuffling all of my stuff onto the new shelf. Ugh. If I don't do it now, it's going to be worse later. Alright, so I just won't stock extra today. That's how I solved that problem. What do we got here? We got shelf. And I actually don't want to deal with shelf just yet. I said don't want to deal with shelf just yet. Get out of here. There, I threw some shit. Ticked off that box for the day. Now you are moving into this corner. Nice. I'm going to organize these shelves real tight. And because I'm interested in a minimum of shuffling around, we're just going to slap the new one right here. Bada bing. Nice. I don't think the customers will have any difficulty with that. And now for my brand new dark refrigerator. Yeah, we're really squeezing them in here. Got to make the most use of your square footage. And then the new product, which starts here. Are you a refrigerated? Yeah, you are. Get up there, top. Good. Get out of here. Get out of here. And $5. What next? Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay, goodbye. And $5.25. As near as I can tell, the reason you want to add new products is because the more products you have, the more people buy. And I don't know if that's something that actually needed to be said out loud, but I said it anyway. Because people won't just buy bigger stacks of the stuff you've got, but they will buy more and more things when you have them. $11. I like it. Pablo sugar? Why does that sugar look like it's a liquid? That's a weird container, Pablo. I don't know about that. $12. $11.75 for me. Actually, you know, if I'm rounding to the quarter, I can go ahead and just make it market price. And then what do we got? Tuna. Tuna refrigerate, right? Yes. Even though I definitely see not refrigerated tuna at Costco all the time. Take care of that, Stockerman. And fancy eggs? Good thing I'm not interested in organization anymore, or I'll be driving myself crazy. Hey. Boxes. You see this? Make it go away. I have no idea why he sometimes doesn't decide to do the things. I'm sure that it has nothing to do with my management style. $2. Wow, $2 for what? Like 4 eggs? Them some expensive eggs. Now, did I get all the stuff over here? I did. Alright, so I think I'm ready to open, except that you are not doing your dang job. You know, what happens if I just leave it there? Alright, enough of that. Let's do another day. And I will resume my corner spot until the lines start to fill up again. I feel like for all the people that show up later in the day, I ought to have a few of those old people that just like hang out by the front door until I'm ready to be open. You know, the ones that Zoomers hate because they don't understand arriving early. I mean, I'm not particularly interested in arriving early myself, but I at least get it. You know what I mean? Wasn't she the first one to show up yesterday, too? Isn't that interesting? You know I've been open for an hour already, lady? I bet you don't know that. She's one of the Katy Perry lookalikes that the Game Grumps talked about, I think. So yeah, I mean, this really is all there is to it. You be conservative in your expansion. You don't take out any loans, so you don't have much in the way of risk. And you just grow steadily and easily. That line's already getting long. But you know, like I said, I don't think it's very good TV to play the game this way. I'm not one of those YouTubers that like makes bad decisions and then freaks out. At least I don't think of myself that way. I feel like the worst decision I made was trying to play that sequel to... Oh, what was that game called? Wow, look at all that. Zone of the Enders. And I guess I was a little spicy by the time I was done there, but I don't think that counts as a freak out. I certainly didn't, like, throw any controllers or break any light fixtures or anything. I might have raised my voice a little. $2.25. Goodbye. It is more fun when they buy large piles of things, in my opinion. I wish all the things would show up on the conveyor at once instead of waiting like that. Alright, I'm done here for now. I like the new layout. I like that they can walk around the aisle both directions. What a dumb thing to be excited about, but there it is. It'll be interesting. This game is still in early access, so there's a lot of opportunity to change. It'll be interesting to see how much they do change before they decide that it's done. I would really like to see an inventory manager so that you can, for example, like set target levels for the various items and they take care of ordering it, and then you can let the stockmen do their things. And then you can basically just like stand on the street corner and smoke a cigarette because apparently you're homeless. It is sort of weird that there isn't currently a digital inventory. Certainly the checkout system is sophisticated enough to support that. And that would make ordering things a lot easier. In any case, I'm all out of time. So come back and see me again tomorrow. And it'll probably be time for more Fallout 3 or Tale of Two Wastelands. Talk to you soon.